Today is the May 21st of 2025. Right? This has been going on for hours. You wake up with a headache. Yeah. I don't know what they're doing out there, but they're doing something. You get it from the back and you get it from the front. It's like you're surrounded by it. That's been going on for hours too. And everybody's helpless. Nobody can do nothing about it. Not a single thing. We're all sitting ducks. That's basically it. Yeah. Some of us more so than others. Yeah. Person walking by, an old man, a very old man, walking by in their alley with those big ass trucks with a walking cane. Huh. Looked like somebody was with them. Or maybe it was an old woman. Had long hair. Yeah. And now this is the front. That was the back, and now this is the front. Yeah. It's where they're building, right there. Now they're building. Yeah. And all this tenant harassment and threats of this and calling you this and calling you that. They're gonna kick out those people from that house, kick out people from my house. Yeah. Yeah. Kick out all these people, 1, 2, 3, and then after they're done that, they're gonna, you can see what they've done over there. They tore down all the houses over there, and now they're building over there. They built these ones, well, they built those ones over there, then they built these ones. And then you can see they're building now there, those ugly looking things, with their prison windows. From what I can tell, they look like prison windows over there. I don't have my glasses on, so I don't see very well. Right? Of course, you can't see very well. Right? And then, of course, we've got this one over here. So as soon as they're done those ones, and as soon as they're done those ones, these vultures, because they're vultures, people. Okay, they're building unaffordable housing that many of them sit empty, 3/4 empty, half empty. They're shadow buildings to launder money as people are dying and organs are being illegally harvested and yada yada, right? Human trafficking. Okay, you push the people out onto the streets, you know, it makes them get depressed. Lots of them do drugs, right? They get into prostitution. That's all trafficking, underground economy. right? But those drug dealers, you know, the ones that supply to the petty drug dealers, they're making good money. And then people die and they harvest the organs, or they get murdered like Shimei, lured to their death like Sierra, murdered, right? Because that's basically what happened, okay? And then they launder the money back into these buildings. And that's why they're so fucking mean to you. They're mean to you, people. These people that are building these buildings, they're fucking mean to you. They call you down, they insult you, they harass you, they threaten you, they scare you, they frighten you, right? And then what? They're gonna rent you a fucking prison unit? Is that what they're gonna rent you? Huh. Right? With inferior fucking walls, with Presto walls and plastic pipes and leaky basements, and things aren't matching up, and like, come on, where are these guys getting all this money from? Think about it, right? And then after they're done that, they're gonna try and wipe out, maybe not that house over there, because this one over here, Debbie's old house, was just built a few years ago, but maybe all these ones will be wiped out soon, right? You know? And the city is in bed with this crap, right? Because they benefit, these politicians, right? And then they use their bylaw officers with the landlords to harass the tenants. Whether the yard is too green, right? It's too fucking green right now. Can't you see? It's everything green. That's gonna get me into trouble, people. Like, fuck, man, you don't even know. And I don't even see the green, I just know it's green. Alright, you come to my door telling me everything's too green, got me cutting back a fucking bush because you gotta make it look like I'm busy, and then one year you show up and tell me it's too fucking gray as you're taking a picture of a fucking brick over there that's a board, right? Yeah, telling me to make it not so gray. So I'm out here in April painting boxes with painting it to give it some color because everything's fucking in the winter time dormant, right? It's stupid. People all over can't afford to buy nothing. They can't afford to eat. They can't afford to pay for rents, right? Lots of people that can are leaving Canada, you know, except for maybe the immigrants that partner up with these guys. Yeah. They come in with their subsidies, like those ones over there. They come in with their subsidies, and as long as they have their subsidies, right? Even then, after a while, many of them are falling through the cracks, depending on what their ethnic heritage is, and depending on their religion. Yeah. Okay, so I think I was just gonna do a video on this topic, like. Oh, I had a title for it. What was the title? Like, I'm petrified to live here, people. But there's nowhere to move to. Right? Can't afford anything. They've priced us out because they're making it so that these property developers and these property managements and fucking realtors and this organized religion in partnership with corrupt politicians and just, you know, network. It's a network, right? You know, they're laundering money. As the people are dying in the houses, out on the streets after they've been kicked out or whatever it is, they're taking the body parts and they're just with drug sales and it's whatever, you know, it's just pathetic. Like, I've been listening to this for hours, this noise. And it's loud. I get it front and back. My nerves are like this, I'm shaking. Because, you know, I know what's coming. It's just gonna be another attack of some kind. I didn't plant enough flowers. They'll be complaining I didn't plant enough flowers. Well, fuck, I don't even know if I have flowers anymore, people. I haven't even gone outside. Not that I can see the flowers. Maybe there's flowers, maybe there's not. Half of them got wiped out. At least half, if not more. I don't know. Are there flowers outside? Andre?
What?
Are there flowers outside?
I don't know.
You didn't notice them?
I
Well, you'd think you'd notice him.
Why didn't you go for the front?
He's not even noticing flowers. Huh. Oh, I'll get a few flowers still coming up, but... Oh. I just want you to hear this. I'm sure you can hear it. You got two sounds, that and then the combined together, plus you got the front, and the house is kind of going like this. Right? Because of all this rumbling shit with the big ass trucks going back and forth. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, what are you gonna do? Right? I have things I have to fix, and I don't even have the wood to fix it, people. I don't. I'll show you in the next couple of days. I'm going to attempt to go out there and, I don't know, I have to work on the X Club. It's been leaking all these 14 fucking years. It's really done a number now. Yeah. One of the wall units is buckling now. I knew that was going to happen because the water just pools. It just saturates and just pools. And then the wood eats up from the top. So I have to come in now and take it apart. So I got to go outside in the next couple of days. But I don't have the wood to replace it because they walked off with my weather-worn wood. My plywoods and my 2x2s and my 2x4s and my 1x1s and whatever, 4x4s. They walked off with it all. They took it all. Pretty much. There's a few little pieces here and there, not much. Right? As I'm being robbed on the inside. Yeah. By a spiteful, jealous girl that clearly knew she could get away with it. She knew she could get away with it, people. Because she's done it before. And I'm playing catch up with that. And it's not easy. I did find the sockeye salmon. 2 cases. Yeah. So, I don't know if I had pink salmon in salmon-sized jars. I'd have to go back into my videos, but at least I got the sockeye salmon, so that's good. But, right? What's good about it if you're going to be stalked and harassed and threatened and intimidated, right? And frightened, and accused of this, you. Yeah. Me. Yeah. Where were they for the community? Nowhere. They're nowhere for the community. These people that are doing this stuff, they've never been there for the community. This isn't about the community. This isn't about housing. This is about building personal wealth within their network. This is what this is. The politicians are building wealth for themselves that allow this stuff to happen, and the developers and their investors, right? Whoever their investors are, and it's a network. It's a group, and a lot of it's connected to organized religion. If it's not the Chinese over there organized, it's the Punjabis over there organized. Or maybe a Muslim group over there, right? That's basically what it's about. Well, I don't know. I'm so scared every day. I just live in fear every day. And when I have to deal with this, it's even worse. Like I'm literally shaking because of this noise, and I know what's coming. I'm thinking about that survey. I need to work on that survey and go talk to those people before they completely get evicted, because they're all getting evicted from the Chinese, because it's Chinese that are building where my friend over there is living. It's a Chinese group. Punjabis over here and the Chinese over there. Yeah. And what are they doing for the community? Nothing. They don't do nothing for the community. they kill off half the community. The ones that can't afford to keep up with whatever it is that they're building, they don't care. They don't do shit. They don't make affordable housing. No. They don't advocate for affordable housing. They advocate for the government to allow them to do what they do, but they don't advocate to have affordable housing. No. Instead, they compare themselves to you. Well, I work, I do this, I, me, and you're the opposite, you're trash, you this, you don't do that, you useless, you just sit on your ass. You heard it for yourself. You heard it right from the fucking horse's mouth, right? In past videos, right? How they see you, unless you can give them what they want, and that's thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands, tens of thousands and hundreds of thousands of dollars, and even after you've done that, which I have, people, with my rent, okay, and not including my time outside working in the yard all these years and everything that I had to pay. You know, like I'm looking at having, I don't know, like looking to go maybe buy wood. I don't know. I'm not want to buy wood. Why should I buy wood? You know? What for? To have it be tore down in 3 years from now anyway, as they kick my ass out so they can move in the fucking UN soldiers so that they can get their discount with the government with their tax breaks because one of them happens to be a family member that bought this place. Yeah, okay. Because that's what they do. They kicked out the tenants and they move in the one family member so that they can say that the family member is living in the house so that when it comes time to sell or do whatever, right, they don't have to pay the property tax or some sales tax or something. They get a $300,000 discount, and I'm assuming that's on a $3 million house, and it's not even a $3 million house. It's a farage. It's an image. It's a fake reality. You know. It's all just on paper. Means nothing outside of a dead, soulless fucking yard. That's it. That's all it is. It creates death. What they're doing just creates death. And my videos have proven that. Create greed, crime, and death. Yeah. It never used to be like this. And like I said before, doesn't matter if you're well established or if you're as poor as dirt. These people that commit crimes, Eleanor Gilding, freaking Ria, whatever she wants to call herself, right? You know, they're ruthless about it. Same thing with these property developers. They're ruthless. Everybody's ruthless. It's ridiculous. Completely ridiculous. So anyway, I'm trying to figure out how I can start selling off some stuff here. Nobody wants to help me with that, as usual. Right? But I have to finish figuring out what that bitch did. And, I don't know. I just wanted to document the noise. It's like that every day, all day. Even on Saturdays. Yeah. And they're just circling. Right? You know, and what my landlord did was wrong. They had 2 years since I've been blind to step up to the plate, and if there was things out there that was really bothering my landlady that had been sitting there for 10 fucking years, and then all of a sudden it was get rid of everything. Some of that shit out there was out there for, like, you know, like, whatever, right? You know, it never bothered her there at those, no, all of a sudden, just out of the blue, it was get rid of everything. Yeah, okay. Now that everything is gone, what did you leave behind? A dead, soulless, dead, spiritless yard. Right? With a bunch of freaking goons. Like, you know, those, ghouls. Like ghouls. You left a bunch of ghouls behind. That are rattling the cage. You know? Making a bunch of noise and making you shake in your boots and It's like a living hell. That's what they left behind. Yeah. Yeah. As I'm paying yet $300 a month extra. Yeah. And then what? As soon as I'm done paying, it will be, the fucking yard is, I don't know, it will be something. Not enough flowers. Yeah, I didn't plant any flowers. Yeah, well, I had flowers until they were killed off like everything else around here. You know, am I feeling sorry for myself today? Maybe. Do I have a right to feel sorry for myself? I think so. I do. Nobody has a right to live like this, in panic mode 24/7, as their nerves are being frazzled by acts of sounds of war. Because it's a war out here, people. This is warmongering. When you're terrorizing families in the inside of their houses, it's warmongering. When you're blowing up their houses, whether you're tearing them down, kicking them out, or actually dropping bombs on them, it's warmongering, okay? When you're destroying house after house after house, community after community, like Gaza, how they're being destroyed, it's the same damn thing. It's a war. Yeah, it's a war. Right? Yeah, it is a war. Okay, so I found the sockeye salmon. What day is it? It's Sunday. I think it's the 18th. May 18th of 2025. As you can see, I found 2 cases with 1 jar popped. Well, 2 cases and there was a stray somewhere else. Anyway, only 1 jar popped out of all the jars. So I have 24 jars of sockeye salmon, which I can. So now I don't have to can it again. So I'm feeling pretty good about that. Yeah. Yeah. And then as I'm doing what I'm doing, right, you can see I've covered it up. I've covered it up. That tells me those ones are done. I don't have to worry about those ones. I put the beef there that I just canned. I'm pretty sure that's what that is there. Yeah, the roast. And I'm glad I did that. And then we've got the brisket yet, right? Oh, I really like that brisket. Yeah. So I'm working on it, but I just said if I found it, I'd let you know, right? Well, I found it. It was in there. I guess she decided she didn't want to poke around in there, right? Yeah, I'm pretty upset about this whole situation, though. You don't even know. But at least I don't have to can that, right? Because, you know, I don't want to. I'm tired already. Tired of canning. I want to get on with using what I've canned and enjoying what little life I have left. Not that I've got much. And I've been watching a lot of these videos with people talking about, you know, the cost of living, just the whole 9 yards, everybody facing homelessness because of the ruthlessness that's going on with property owners, right? Just with the money grabs and shit. In the 1500s in England, that's what they were doing in England. The homeowners, the landlords, the property people, they were getting rich as they were making their tenants live in squalor. Yeah, stacking them, packing them, and overcharging them, and then when they couldn't pay, they were sending them to workhouses to basically be worked to death like slaves until they died. Yeah, it's the same. We're going in the same kind of way. And those people that were making money off of that shit, they were getting rich off of it. That's exactly what was happening. That's what's happening now. Only it's foreign people. It's not the people that were born in the country, like in the United States, or like a lot of foreign investors, right? You know, people with money that come from different countries, and it's all connected to organized religion or, you know, corporations. A lot of corporations are buying up. It's just sick. It's sick what's going on. So many young people have absolutely no future, you know, including my own grandchildren. Pretty much, yeah, yeah. And then, you know, like the ones that bought houses back in the day when, you know, they were more affordable and the cost of living was basically more affordable and, you know, just whatever. Like now they're out of control. Yeah, pushing people out into homelessness. Yeah, as they play the game, because if that's what it is it's a game, right? It's just stupid. I don't know where people plan on taking all this money that they're accumulating. They buy love within their family unit. That's how they establish their self-esteems, I think, honestly. Yeah, I mean, like, how many houses do you need outside of? But I don't know. I'm facing homelessness myself. Alright. Always living on the edge, always living in fear. Right? You know, get tenant harassment, have to deal with that shit every now and then, right? You know, it's just be called down, right? You know, being told I'm useless and I'm this and I'm that and whatever. Whatever. Kids are targeted for their organs, because you know that happens. No doubt about that. I just added a link to my last video with a Chinese doctor that was talking about how the CPP in China, you know, has been harvesting organs since the 1990s from people that were not on death row. Is just put in the order. That's what Shimei was, put in the order. They needed certain X amount of body parts, and Shimei was just an order. She was the supply. Yeah, she was a hit. She really was. Yeah. So I moved the sockeye to the closer to the floor. Yeah. Versus up there. So I'm really happy about that. I don't have to can that now, so I'm feeling pretty good about that. I'm looking online, what can I order to boost up my PC points again? The only thing that I would want would be lasagna. It has a fair amount of nutrients. It's a no-name, but that's okay. For every dollar you spend, you get 100 points. So if you buy $10 worth of something, you get $1 off. Whoop-de-doo. But, you know, if you buy $30, $40, then you get $3 or $4. Before you know it, you're back up to $300, and then you can go off and buy a whole bunch of chicken if you want. Hardly pay anything on the dollar and can it up. Because if I had to can anything, what would I can? Maybe some chicken. But you know, that bitch, she stole some of my dehydrated vegetables. Because she wanted the jars, and she wanted the convenience of it. I'm pretty sure she walked off with some raisins, because I know I had more than just 2 jars of raisins, okay? Yeah, because I did the raisin run. And we know I did a whole whack of dehydrated vegetables in terms of the frozen vegetables, the corn, the peas. Not so much the beans. I did a whole bunch of broccoli. And there's a whole box missing. It's all written on there what's supposed to be in there. But they're not there. Nope. So, it's just sick. Sick what that girl did. Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna come back and bite her in her ass though one day. Oh yeah. She's not gonna get very far running around doing that shit very long. Mm-mm. No. That's just some sick shit what she did. Anyway, I just wanted to say I found the salmon, the sockeye salmon. Right? I don't know about the pink salmon. I know there's a few larger jars up there of pink salmon. But I'm happy with the sockeye because I don't want to have to do that again. And after I get everything nicely organized, hopefully in the next couple of weeks this will be done. And then of course I have to get outside, right? I gotta get outside and I gotta do some repairs on these sheds and stuff. I don't know. My eyesight's getting worse. I have no materials. I don't know how I'm gonna do anything outside of... I might get lucky and find something in my yard. Good luck finding it though. Fuck. I'm so choked. You don't even know. It takes the fun out of it. Of course I'll finish the walkway. Be done with that. Right? Yeah. And then that will suck up my energy because I'm already exhausted. Right? And then I'll try and do a couple of months anyway. Give it my best shot. Do until you just can't do no more. And then, I don't know. Try and sell some fabric, I suppose. What's left. Figure it out. Right? Figure it out. I have to figure it out. Nobody wants to help me. They just want to steal from me. It's stupid, man. So stupid. Oh, it's amazing how people are. But yeah, no, just everybody crying on about food, and it's so expensive, and like I'm beating my head up against the wall. Like, what do you want to buy? Nothing really. I bought some chips. I only buy them when they're on sale. I stock up. Yeah. And now I'm thinking to get some lasagna just to get my... do you know what I really need? Honestly? If I buy the lasagna, I get a box. I get a nice box. I'm running out of cardboard. So that's my excuse. I need another box. 2 would be better, so I could just finish doing what I'm doing. Because I'm actually using some cardboard. Well, I use cardboard for a lot of different reasons when I'm doing this stuff. But I'm actually using some cardboard to cover up some of these jars versus fabric. Just because I am. Yeah. I need tape. That's another thing I need. So maybe I should get some tape. Anyway, I gotta cut that. So I just wanted to share the good news. She didn't get her sticky fingers on the sockeye salmon. Although she stole a lot of cans. Yeah. Out of everything, I found 1 box. Just 1 box of sockeye salmon in a can. Just like she walked off with the ham. And I'm pretty sure she walked off with corned beef. Yeah. She was very specific about the things that she took. Clearly she wanted the fabric because she likes to sew. That's all she likes to do is sew. She told me. I just like to sew. I could sew for hours. I said, oh, isn't that interesting? When I was your age, I could do that too. So yeah, I could relate to that. But I never ran around stealing other people's freaking fabric, for crying out loud. That's for sure.